You talk about this convergence between traditional and finance and DeFi, right? Decentralized finance. And I think you've mentioned very specifically, like insurance is like one of the final puzzle. Tell us a bit about why you think that is the case.
I'll take into considerations in the UK, the FCA. If you want to be an insurance broker in the UK, you have to be FCA authorized. As part
Right.
of your FCA authorization, you have to mandatory buy certain types of insurances. So it's part of the regulator saying, yes, if you want to be an insurance broker and you've done everything else, you also have to have these insurances. We've seen VARA. So in VARA's legislation, in their regulation, they mandate minimum types of insurances, 3 types of insurances that you must purchase to get regulated by VARA. So what traditionally a lot of regulators have done as things start to mature, they start to grow, etc., is they have mandated certain insurance types to mitigate any potential losses on the company that they're regulating. But it acts as a second pair of eyes on the company that they're looking to regulate, because we get to ask so much information. We look at how they run, how they operate, their balance sheets, who their investors are, how much their asset under custody, their full security infrastructure, all of this different kind of stuff. And what regulators have also kind of used insurance of is, if you can get insurance, it usually means that the second pair of eyes is giving us some credibility to potentially regulating you. I think if we kind of break down the fundamental basics of an insurance company, you have you have a Lloyd's market and you have a company market. So Lloyd's of London is a 300-plus-year-old insurance marketplace.
Yes.
I am an ex-Lloyd's broker. You'd walk around and I would go and see all of these different insurance companies in a single building. So Relm is a company market, which means we're not in the Lloyd's building. We don't partake in the Lloyd's infrastructure, but we have regulation, kind of all over the world. The FCA oversee Lloyd's of London, the FCA oversee a company market. So in terms of the innovation side, Lloyd's have always been very at the forefront of innovation when they've been allowed to. They've definitely, from traditional insurance types, been some of the most innovative, because it's the largest insurance market in the world. All the complex risks will always go into London and always end up in Lloyd's to see if somebody is willing to take that risk and look at it. The problem with all of these innovative sectors is, even then, like when they are constantly changing month in, month out, there is a lot of people in the industry who don't really necessarily have the time or want to spend the time constantly keeping updated with everything that is changing in these innovative sectors, especially as regulation is being launched on a global basis every single month. A new jurisdiction or a new state or a new country is looking at launching some type of regulation in AI or crypto or something like that. So that's where Relm kind of fits in. We work very closely with other Lloyd's syndicates, where traditionally Relm will take the first loss, it's called the primary, and then our broking partners will often go to the Lloyd's market to then support the terms that we set. So what we have found, if you said this 6 years ago, when Relm had just started up, no one really wanted to cover anything really Web3 or AI anyway, let alone if an insurance market with only 6 months experience and potentially no claims handling, no claims management, and no real clients is going to take the first lead. It's as much of a risk for you to follow an unknown insurance company as it is to follow an unknown industry vertical. So now we are the primary of multiple towers globally that are in excess of $100 to $200 million of capacity for some of these companies. And we have insurance companies, like world famous insurance companies, that now turn around and go, oh, Relm's on the primary, we'll follow them. Because we've handled in excess of 400 claims just in Web3 space now. With over these 6 years, we've had bull cycles, bear cycles, we've had winters, we've had summers, and we've weathered them incredibly well. So now, where it was, oh God, these guys won't be around for much longer. Now they're like, oh wow, they are still here and they're doing well and they seem to know what they're doing. We will follow what they do. So we work very closely through our broking partners to build bigger limits with various Lloyd's syndicates and other company markets.